Hey everyone, welcome. So AI, machine learning, and robots. You hear these words thrown around all the time, right? Well, today we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to figure out what they actually mean by breaking down these huge ideas into simple concepts you can actually understand and use.
Okay, let's be real for a second. If someone put you on the spot with this question, it'd be pretty tough, right? Even a lot of adults who work in tech get these mixed up. But don't you worry, because by the time we're done here, I promise you're going to be the expert in the room. So to really get how these three things connect, we're not going to start with a bunch of boring, complicated definitions. Nope. Instead, let's just picture it in our heads with a super simple model. Look at this slide and try to burn this image into your brain. See that giant circle? That's artificial intelligence, or AI. It's the whole big category. And machine learning, that's the smaller circle inside of it. It's a part of AI, not something totally different. Think of it this way. A steering wheel is part of a car. It's not a whole separate car. Okay, let's dive in and tackle the biggest, most misunderstood term of them all, artificial intelligence. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but the reality is actually way more common than you think. And that's basically it. Artificial just means it's made by humans, and intelligence is just the ability to think and make decisions. So put them together, and AI is just about creating software that can do tasks that would normally need a person's brain power. It's not magic, it's just really, really smart code. And here's the crazy part, you are already using AI all day, every day. When Google Maps finds you that sneaky shortcut to avoid traffic, yep, that's AI. When YouTube somehow knows exactly what video you want to watch next, you guessed it, that's AI. It's basically this invisible software working in the background on your phone and computer, like right now. Okay, so let's zoom back into that diagram we saw. You know, that smaller circle inside the big one? We're going to talk about a very special type of AI that has completely changed the game. It's called machine learning. This right here is the main difference. The old way of doing AI was like giving a computer a giant, super detailed rulebook. It could only do what the rules said, nothing more. But machine learning, it's totally different. Instead of a rulebook, you just give it tons of examples, tons of data, and it figures out the rules all by itself. It's kind of like learning cricket. The old AI is like just memorizing the rulebook. Machine learning is like actually playing thousands of games and learning from experience until you get really, really good. All right, time to talk about the final piece of our puzzle, robots. And let's just get this out of the way. We need to bust a few myths that we all have thanks to the movies. When we hear the word robot, we usually picture a walking, talking person made of metal, but the reality is so much bigger than that. The most important word on this entire slide is physical. Seriously, robots exist in the real world. They move things, they build things, they carry things. They have a physical body. So those giant mechanical arms you see in car factories, robots. A drone that delivers a package to your door, that's a robot too. And here is the absolute key idea. That robot arm in the factory that welds a car door, it does the exact same motion 1,000,000 times a day. It has a body, for sure, but it doesn't really have a brain. It's just following a simple list of instructions. But when you take a robot body and you add an AI brain, that's when things get really interesting. That's how you get a self-driving car that can actually see the road and make its own decisions. Body and a brain. Okay, you've got the basic ideas down. So you know what that means. It is time for a pop quiz. I'm going to throw a few real-world examples at you, and you decide if it's AI, machine learning, a robot, or maybe a mix. You ready for this? Let's do it. Okay, first one. Think back to our definitions. Does it have a physical body that actually moves around in the real world? And does it get smarter over time by learning from its experience? What do you think? All right, next up, ask yourself this. Is this a physical machine? Like, can you reach out and touch Spotify? And is it learning from a massive amount of data to make its choices? Or is it just following some simple pre-written rules? And the last one for our quiz. Think about this machine. Is it really thinking for itself and making complicated decisions? Or is it just doing a simple physical task over and over again that a person used to do? Which category or categories does that fall into? Okay, let's just pause here for a second for a quick discussion. Think about that factory robot we keep talking about, the one that does the same exact thing 1,000,000 times. Why would giving that robot a super powerful AI brain be a complete and total waste? What does that tell you about how we design technology for very specific jobs? You know, This right here is maybe my favorite way to explain how it all fits together, using the incredible Mumbai Dabbawallas as our example. The whole complex delivery system, that's the AI, the big, smart idea. The way they learn the best routes from years of experience, that's the machine learning. And the actual bicycle or handcart they use to deliver the food, that's the robot, the physical body taking action. See how it works? Okay, listen up. If you forget everything else from today, please, please, please remember this one sentence. This is the key to everything. Say it with me. AI is the brain. Machine learning is how that brain learns, and robots are the body that takes action. Perfect. You got it. Now that you're pretty much an expert on this stuff, I have one last challenge for you. It's time to go from just understanding these ideas to actually creating with them. I want you to think about the everyday problems right here at school. Could a smart AI system help you organize your homework? Maybe it could create a personalized study guide just for you. Could it, I don't know, make the line in the cafeteria move faster? Get creative. Think of one new way to use it. And before we go, here are the answers to the pop quiz. So, the smart vacuum. It's all three. It's a physical robot with an AI brain that learns using machine learning. Spotify is pure AI and machine learning, but it has no body, so it's not a robot. And that self-checkout machine, it's just a simple robot following instructions with no real intelligence. Go ahead and see how you did. Thanks so much for joining me today. Now, keep an eye out for all this tech in your daily life.